Good evening, parents. Let me welcome you guys to the 2021 Springtime Presentations. My name is Mr. Aska, and I am a math teacher here at Tracy High School. I've been teaching now for 7 years at Tracy. I started teaching in 2010 at the Compton Unified School District. I have worked in the district since 2001 as a a PE teacher, and I even ran after-school programs where I've met some of my students before. I'm a part of the ABC since elementary school. I went to Pat Nixon Elementary, then I attended Tetzoff Middle School, and I graduated from Artesia High School a long time ago, let's just say. But I want to take a little time here today just to kind of explain my classes, expectations, and tips for how our students can be successful. Okay, and that's where I want to start this one is by tips to be successful. I know we are all in a difficult environment. We have a lot going on, but here are some ways that I know all of our students can be successful in our class. The first thing is to participate. There's a lot of times we throw out questions. Students can either respond verbally or they could type in the chat. So if they could participate and make it seem much like real class than it actually is. And another way to do that is have our cameras on. I like to encourage our students to have our cameras on as much as possible. It really will change that environment until we can be back in person. It'll make it feel like we are at school. I can actually put some faces instead of voices. So please encourage your students to have their cameras on. Make sure the device is charged ready before class. And if possible, be in a quiet place where you can focus on your work. Okay. Far too often we have students who are doing other things and we can just focus up, might be more successful. And the last thing is just make sure you have all materials for that class ready to go. Pencil, paper, book, whatever it may be. Okay, so those are my tips to be successful. Now I want to take a few minutes to tell you a little bit about some of the classes I teach. The first class I teach is a business math class here at Tracy. It is one of my favorite classes here that we cover. It teaches our students a lot about real life stuff after high school that they can actually use. Right now, we cover gross income, so all the ways they get paid money. So we went through hourly rate, salary jobs, commission jobs, piecework jobs, all the ways we make gross income. Our current unit that we're working on right now is our net income unit. So we learned about all the different taxes that get taken out of our check. We learned how to calculate the federal income tax, state income tax. We're doing the Social Security and Medicare tax as well. We're learning about group insurance. So that's our net income units. We learn about all the deductions, all our taxes. And then we get to also learn about budgeting. What is a budget? How to keep a budget. We learn about bank accounts, teach them how to write a check. And hopefully with my favorite section, time permitting, if we get back in person, it looks more possible, that we can get to the credit cards and learn about the interest and things like that. We get into credit. So I love my business math class. I will say that our students are given 2 assignments daily. Warm up at the top of the class, which usually covers about 1 to 4 problems. And then our class is chapter assignment for that day, which covers about 10 to 15 problems. So 7 points a day just by coming to class. And I do cover a lot of them. So easy points for our students to get. And so that's it for our business math class. The other class I teach is our Math 1C class. That's the third section of the Math 1. We have Math 1A, 1B, and 1C. And the 1C is the third section of it, which covers the statistics portion and the beginning of the geometry. One way to be very successful in that class is to go down and get a physical copy of that book. We don't have that. We don't have our other sections books for business math, but for Math 1C, there is a consumable copy for the students that they can get from our school on Wednesdays from Miss Rebecca, or just contact the front office and let them know that, hey, you would like a book, and we have consumable copies for the book. I promise you it will make your students' time in Math 1C far better. So please, please, please go get the book. And One thing for this one, all the work in this class will be done in class. I usually don't generally give homework, so everything will be done in class, and that goes for all classes. Okay, so this is our Math 1C class, and this is, remember, a requirement for graduation. This is the Math 1, so we got to get through this class. And then the last class I teach is our academic achievement class. Okay, this class is used in two different ways. I use it as a way for our students to get extra assistance in their current math class. So if they have a different teacher and maybe they're not getting a particular concept, they can come to me during this time and I can help assist them. In addition to that, if they need more time because they didn't get enough time to finish that work in class, then they can use my class time as a way to catch up on any missing assignments or work they didn't get to finish in regular class. So that's one way I do it. Another time, if we don't have work to work on or no question to answer, we spend our time catching up on different skills, right? So we took a diagnostic test at the beginning of the quarter, and it kind of showed me the areas that our students may have forgotten or didn't learn or just aren't as good as some areas, and maybe they are. So we went back and we covered a lot of different number sense. We were going over fractions, where we go over, excuse me, like number sense, so percentages, decimals, ratios, positive, negative numbers. We do equations and inequalities, graphing, and all those things, those little foundational things that will really help us through our high school life and just going on. So that's my academic achievement class. Okay. Well, if you guys ever have any questions or any concerns, please feel free to email me. It is clifton.aska@myabcusd.org. Again, that's Clifton, CLIFTON .aska, ASKA, at myabcusd.org. Please email me anytime if you have any questions. Check Aries all the time. I update my grades pretty weekly, so you can always see weekly how your students progressing. If they have a 0, that means they're missing assignments. So please encourage them to turn in assignments on time. I do accept late work, but only for a week after the assignment. After that, it moves on. So please encourage them to, if they are behind, catch up for the week and keep it up. All right. As we come to the end of this quarter, we have 2 more weeks. Let's continue to strive, continue to work hard. We have less than 3 months left to end the year. I can't believe how fast it's gone. And hopefully, maybe we'll be in person soon. Thank you all. Appreciate it. Have a good evening.